Hello there, everyone. I just got a question from Beverly Gibson that she says is from John Leach, and it's about my book, Squirrel Hill. The question that I got was during the weeks you spent in Pittsburgh and while conducting the interviews, what was your range of emotions and how did they change or evolve over time? What lasting impacts did the entire immersive process have on your life or worldview? That's a great question. The answer is that as a journalist, I tend to be a little bit detached from the reporting that I'm doing. That is to say that I don't feel as if I'm the one who's experiencing the events people tell me about. I'm just hearing them talk about it. And I'm so busy and so focused on getting the story right, taking good notes, making sure that my recorder is working, that I actually, in some ways, don't have an opportunity to really process what people are telling me. So that's just by way of saying that it was not. I wasn't feeling traumatized or frightened by the stories I was hearing. I think that in terms of my worldview and also my emotions, the main answer is that the more I reported on what had happened to the people at Tree of Life Synagogue, the more gratitude I felt. Because every time I went to Pittsburgh and heard these very difficult and painful stories, I was very mindful of the fact that I have the good fortune to go home to my very healthy, safe, secure, loving family in New Haven, my wife, my children, my two dogs. And I think that hearing the stories of people who had been through something so difficult left me with just an increasingly big sense of gratitude that I have not had to face something like that. And I hope that the whole experience made me appreciate what I have even more than before. So I think the number one thing for myself as a journalist was that when I did decompress and take stock and exhale, I was left with a very big sense of gratitude for the fact that I haven't had to go through anything like that. I've only had to write about it. And writing about it is the job. I also always want to point out to people that even though being a journalist can be tough and we have to hear lots of difficult stories, I don't think it's as tough as being a doctor or nurse who has to deliver very bad news to loved ones when they lose a family member. I've never seen anything as violent as what police officers or EMTs might see all the time. Firefighters, there are lots of jobs that bring people into contact with very painful stuff, and I don't think that journalists have it any worse than any others. So I'm pleased to say that I think that I was affected only for the good by doing this, which is to say that it just increased my, I hope, already bountiful sense of gratitude. Anyway, thanks for the question. I'm so grateful for people who have read my book, and I wish you good reading in the future. Bye-bye.